And there you go. We are ready for the not the upper semifinal. Wait, what is that? Lower round 1 matchup between Sounders Rocket Club and LaCinco12. Win or go home. Yes, both these teams lost their one match already in the upper bracket. They're both now in the lower bracket. It's all or nothing for them here. Win and you survive to face off against EM Dallas Burn. Lose and you're out, as we can see right here in the Prem Cup bracket.
I will unfortunately be unable to do this as something has just come up for me. So, Nazar, thank you for having me on today, but I will be unable to be commentating this cup match.
All good. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Thank you very much. And take care. Have a good night, Richter.
You too. Hope everyone has fun, and good luck to the teams in this rematch.
Indeed, and that was Richter of Los Verdes co-commentating with me tonight. Chat, say your goodbyes to him. He will be back next week when Los Verdes get to play their matches in the league again. But as you can see right here, Sounders RC versus LaCinco12 in lower round 1, and the winner of that match will go on to face off against EM Dallas Burn. So we are going to be kicking off with the cup match very soon. I just need to set up the lobby and we will be back into this.
I just wanna try with you. I don't wanna share. But every time I try to test your groove, I don't see you there. I just want your secondhand perfume, venom I can wear. But every time I try to think it through, I don't even care.
Let me just catch up with the chat real quick. I think I caught up with most of the messages. Toe Death. Sounders gonna shock them with another sweep, but a better outcome with this one. I think at this point they just gotta take it one game at a time and just see if they can get one game win. Because that matchup was rough on them. They were really close for the first 2 games, and then they lost all momentum in game 3. So for their sake, hopefully they could get back in on this in the cup, and hopefully they could get going again. Right, we're just making sure both teams are going to be coming in and joining us very soon, and both of them are indeed in. I don't think we're going to see any subs. It's just going to be the same trio for both teams. So we are going to get started very soon. And there we go, chat. Both teams joining in right now. Well, except for one player, and he is in. You know the trios. Christmas, Blind, and Nog for Sounders RC. Run Sound, Devin, and Palace for LaCinco12. Here we go. The cup match in the lower bracket begins now. Win or go home. Sorry, Skyline, too late. Hopefully you don't get to miss too much. Like Sounders RC's first goal in this cup match. What a setup right there. Blind trying to get a shot up, but he gets it off the backboard. Christmas right next to him into the open net. And after a rough end to the league match, Sounders RC have kicked off the cup match with a 1-0 lead in game 1. Oh, LaCinco12 almost got back right there, but they're going to get a second chance. Runs out off the ceiling, misses the ball. And we'll see if Sounders RC can hold on to the lead right there. Although that double commit puts them in a bit of trouble, but Christmas gets back and interferes with LaCinco12 enough to throw them off. Now we'll see if Noct can take over off the sidewall. 15, and the ball's not going in to the other flank. Christmas trying to get a double, but the ball just went too high up. Palace brings it out. Devin lets it go. Blian, 50 off of Palace, ball's loose, and Noct passes it out to Christmas, who puts it into the middle, but the ball cannot bounce off the backboard because Runsau is there, and Sounders RC are keeping up the pressure, but to no avail. The ball finally gets cleared out. And the clearance works out effectively for LaCinco12 because the ball just bounces off the corner. Noct not able to get the touch. Palace flies right to the ball, touches it into the open net, and LaCinco12 get the equalizer just like that. It is 1-1 with 3 minutes 43 seconds remaining. Holding leads is not their specialty yet. I agree, Toad. And keeping themselves into the game also seems to be a challenge for the Sounders RC team. Christmas tried to get a clearance, realizing he couldn't get a soft touch, but he plays it right to Runsau, who brings LaCinco12 up 2-1, 9 seconds after kickoff. It really does feel like deja vu right here. Breaks the bad mojo and gets the equalizer with an insane goal. And you feel like he was looking for that all season, just for everything to come together, and it did right there in that flip reset. Sounders RC back up 2-2. Might this allow Sounders RC to really get going? It looks like they were really waiting for that individual play to come off for them, and it finally does. Maybe this will get the whole team rejuvenated. We shall see. Right now they're stuck though, getting demoed at the back, really unable to get out. Intense pressure coming in from LaCinco12. They're just keeping that ball stuck in front of the blue goal, and there's no reply from Sounders. Big bump in front of the net, and Devin restores the lead for LaCinco12. That was an absolutely mad block right there by Runsau, getting enough on the ball to bring it in front of the net, bumping the keeper out of the way, leaving an open net for Devin, and that is textbook LaCinco12 this season. They are relentless. They are aggressive, and they will make sure that you don't even get a chance to look the other way because they'll bring you back into your own net. Once again, we're seeing it right here. Devin, the third man, all the way up. Runsau going back with 0 boost, and he gets the boost at the corner to refill his tank. And now to the other end, Runsau off the backboard. Devin, he's not up on time. He lets it go. Christmas gets it out. Blian brings it into the other end. And Blian finishes the job, keeping up with the ball, sticking close to it. Runsau is not ready for that, and he gets dunked in front of the net. Blian moving on to the Dominus this time, gets the equalizer, and we're at 3-3 with 2 minutes remaining. Indeed, exquisite coverage right there, Devin. And if there's a lesson for all of us to learn, it is, as corny as this sounds, never give up. No matter what you may think about a certain situation, if you persist with it and you keep going, you can get a goal like that. Blian just going towards the ball is sticking close to the situation at hand, getting the dunk off of Runsau and the equalizer. So far, they need to regroup defensively because Sounders RC, every time they try to push up, they leave that their defense wide open, and the goal as well. They're not really have done a good job of keeping up that pressure and also making sure that they get back on time. A little bit of mix-up right there, but it does work out for Christmas. Just couldn't get the second touch. And now LaCinco12 trying to bring it up to the other end. See if they can get the lead yet again. Alex gets it up, gets a touch towards the goal, but Sounders RC have regrouped themselves. Shot towards the net, flying up, and he gets it out for Sounders RC. Knocked, trying to play a pass and a good idea as well, but Christmas is all the way back with low boost. We've seen that quite a bit from this team as well. Looks like communication issues from their own team. Everyone just has their own idea of how to play, and they're just not in sync with each other yet. But they're still in this game, and that's how Rocket League works. You don't need to be fully in sync to get yourselves competitive, but what you do need is sensible decision making, as well as some safe defending. Knocked all by himself, one-on-one against Runsau, pre-jumps, makes the wrong choice unfortunately for him, and Runsau stays on the ground, puts it into the back of the net. LaCinco12 are up 4-3 with 25 seconds to go. But just a reminder, chat, this is a cup match, which means this is a best of 7, and the loser gets to decide on the game mode for the next game. And LaCinco12 seals the deal right there with the 5th goal, which means Sounders RC are most likely going to be able to pick the game mode for game 2. Unless they come back, we shall see. Well, you know what? With that goal straight off a kickoff, they do get a chance. 5 seconds into this game. No one really takes charge of kickoff. Knox sniffs trouble for LaCinco12, takes advantage, gets a shot into the back of the net, and it is 4-5 with 13 seconds to go. Sounders RC are still in this. As the clock ticks down to 0, the ball is where it needs to be for LaCinco12. Everyone commits, Knock fakes, everyone misses, and LaCinco12 barely get away with it in game 1 of this cup match. Kind of similar to game 2 of the league match, where they got built up a sizable lead but conceded a few goals towards the end. But luckily for them, they have won this game 1, and we await the game mode choice from Sounders RC. Skyline in chat saying that was a much better performance from Sounders RC. Yeah, I'd say so, but they still made the same mistakes that they did in the league match. Just need to clean up their game. That's it, and they'll be back in it. As we go in to snowy DFH Stadium, ice covering the surface. Here we go, Snow Day is the game mode of choice from Sounders RC. We'll see if this favors the boys in blue. As Blind brings it up to the opposite end. Open net. All it needs is a tap in, and Knocked does just that. Good work by Blind to beat 2 right there. Mistake from LaCinco12. That double commit was dangerous for them, and they paid for it. Sounders RC up 1-0. Oh, and they get away with it right there with an insane pitch. Christmas setting it up for his teammates, but Blind gets there a bit too late, and the puck, stays in the midfield. Debit really excited to chat about the hockey game mode right here. Sounders RC could have had a second right there, but LaCinco12 hold on strong. Everyone is trying to go for that ground pitch or that pitch off of the surface just to catch the opposition off guard. So far, though, both sides have done a decent job defensively for the most part. No death sink. First goal wins. They dominate the league. Yeah, I mean, that's telling, isn't it? They're able to get they're able to get the first goal most of the time. They just don't know how to hold on or build on it. And Sounders RC are really holding on for their dear lives right now. They've been doing such a great job defending their net right here. LaCinco12 trying all they can. Their play style works very well in this game mode as they can keep that puck in the blue half and keep the pressure going. Once again, open net, and Runsau barely puts that puck into the blue goal. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna miss that, but he puts just enough for it to cross that goal line. All that's needed is for more than half of the puck to cross the goal line for the goal to count. And LaCinco12 are back in it, 1-1. We'll see if Sounders RC can get out of this rut. Every single time they've come back to defend, they've just not been able to get out. They play a loose puck, no one's able to follow it up because other players are trying to get the booster. They just got some boost and set themselves up defensively. Now they're able to get out towards the other end. Devin does just enough to keep it out. Bit of a mix-up right there between Runsau and Devin, but Devin takes over. And LaCinco12 get away with it right there. This is Sounders RC's chance to keep the pressure going. Knocked to Blyan. Blyan couldn't really beat Runsau. Runsau does good enough right there. Two players coming in to try and force the puck into the back of the net. All we get is a demo, and LaCinco12 keep it out yet again. Been really physical so far too. This is what you kind of expect from Snow Day. A lot of diving into the puck, trying to hit each other and bump each other away. Because the puck spends so much time on the ground and barely in the air, you can get away with trying to be a bit more physical. And Skyline, yeah, he said it. He loves physical hockey. So this is your game mode right here. And this game must be pretty satisfying for you as well. Another 50 yet again. Palace bringing it towards the backboard. And one key thing to remember, this puck, when it's stuck on the backboard like that, it tends to magnetize itself into the net, essentially. So if they can get that puck going at a rapid enough pace, low enough too, it might just cross into the net and give them a goal. Runsau now trying to bring the puck in towards the goal, but gets stopped by Noct, who has enough boost to bring it out. But Palace challenges it very well. Loose puck. Devin going for the dunk. Loose again. Runsau misses. And if there was ever a chance to get the goal, that was it. Christmas had his own opportunity right there. Tried to redirect it into the net, but he kept it too close to LaCinco12, who replied back with a long shot. Runsau with a big 50 off of Noct, and that puck flies into the back of the blue net. LaCinco12 take the lead with 1 minute remaining. Sounders RC yet again. Try as they might, keep pushing, but then the net goes open, and they get punished like that once again. LaCinco12 taking advantage of some chaos. Christmas just not at the right place. Every single Sounders RC player just magnetized to that puck. No one at the back of the net. The puck slides in. And LaCinco12 just like that extend their lead to 2. They're up 3-1. That is very unlucky, Devin. I mean, that's the worst way to concede. And once again, it's the result of, wires being crossed. Everyone just playing their own game. No one really trying to work with each other. No one really sacrificing their own game to accommodate the other players. And if one player does try something else, they just cross wires yet again. Oh no, speaking of bad luck, here we go again. Christmas though gets back right on time. I thought that ball was gonna cross the line. Puck was gonna cross the line. But Sounders RC get away with it. However, they cannot get it to the orange half. They're not able to get that second goal on time. And LaCinco12 are up 2-0. They take advantage of the game mode choice by Sounders RC. And one can say this is effectively a breakpoint for them. Because now we are going to be going into a 3v3 matchup. Yeah, I'm gonna have to step away real quick. I need to get some water. Just give me like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. I just got back. Why did the match start? That's not right. Okay, we're doing this live. Lobby reset, I guess. That was not supposed to happen. They jumped. Why am I not surprised? Wait, why am I not surprised? Okay, we're just gonna recreate the lobby. Let me check chat. Anum, good to see you right there. Arglis, good to see you as well. Been a while since you've joined us in chat. Skyline saying that was a Christmas miracle. Tell me about it. They picked a winter game mode, snow day, and they lost. It's unfortunate. I mean, a couple of their goals were kind of unlucky, not gonna lie. But they're still in it. It's a best of 7 after all, so it's not like they will be it's not like you know, it's over for them. They're LaCinco12 is still not in match point yet, so you know, Sounders RC can still come back. All right, both teams are in. We are ready to go. We're going to be kicking off very soon. And we are back. Game 3. LaCinco12 are up 2-0 in this cup match, but they're not on match point like they were in the league because this is a best of 7, as I mentioned earlier. So Sounders RC still have the opportunity to get back in on this, but they need to make it count after a tough couple of games for them. earlier on. Once again, Sounders RC are just stuck in front of their net and unable to get out. But that big clearance might be able to help them reestablish themselves. Once again, though, they seem to have a bit of trouble with the clearances from LaCinco12. Just like Frontera Chrome in their 3-1 loss to LaCinco12, Sounders RC seem to have trouble with these clearances from the Austin boys. Now they're just trying to make sure that ball doesn't go into the blue net. Just trying all they can to stop this LaCinco12 team from getting getting into their groove. And anytime that ball crosses the halfway line and enters the orange half, LaCinco12 just blast it to the other end immediately. And it feels like a lot of work for Sounders RC to get this into the other end, as they now need to go back already. Devin trying to go for a demo and knocked, but he gets away with it and gets the mid boost. Runs out though with a huge clearance yet again. Knocked takes over, passes it into the midfield where no player is there to meet up with the ball. And that seems to be the big problem at the end of the day. It's just anytime one of the Sounders RC players tries to play a pass, their teammates are just not around. So it's just really weird to see. They're trying to get a chance right there. Shot attempt, but it's easy for LaCinco12 to deal with. But at least that's a better attack from Sounders RC. Now they need to deal with this offensive onslaught. Devin, trying to go for the ball, misses, runs out, off of the corner. No one in front of the net to tap it in, and Sounders RC bring it out into the midfield. It's the same old story, isn't it? LaCinco12 keep up the pressure, getting those big 50s in the midfield. Anytime the ball gets loose from Sounders RC, they're able to get back and take control. Devin, nice touch right there. Gets it into the other end, in front of the net, blinded! Oh no! He looked like he was in an awkward situation, just not able to get his car under control. Christmas misses off the corner, blind, flipping, trying to get back in order. And then when he gets in control, tries to go to the ball, but by then, it has fully crossed into the blue net. And LaCinco12 get lucky with it, but it is a well-deserved 1-0 lead for them. We'll see if Knock can take advantage right here. Instead of trying to settle it and go for a solo play, he tried to go for a shot, but luckily for him, Christmas is here to deliver gifts to Sounders RC. Beats 2 with that soft touch and pushes the ball past the crossbar and into the orange goal. Sounders RC back in on this. 1-1 between the two sides. Ooh, big whip right there. But Knox is not able to take advantage. Runs out immediately there to help out Palace. And the ball now goes into the opposite corner. Christmas gets it loose. Blind clears it out. An interesting car choice there from Blind too. I just cannot tell what car that is. But for now, seems to be working kind of all right for him. Tries to play it off the backboard where Devin and Runsau both are. Runsau takes control. Loose touch though. Christmas not really able to get much out of it. Flies it across to Blind, who cannot get a shot on target, but he keeps up the pressure. Knocked going up. I guess he let that go for Blind, but Blind also let it go for Knox, so it just didn't work out for either player in the end. And now they all need to go back. Knock though beats his man, and Palace barely gets it out. Alice yet again, trying to bring it out, but a nice 50 right there. And now the ball is in the blue half. Blind, nice first touch, still has control, just not able to get his car settled, and runs out, brings it in towards the other half, into the other net. Nope. Some good defending right there from Sounders, and now they're trying to get a counter, going once again a loose touch and a whip. And the ball is right there for Devin, but he just couldn't get it on target. With 30 seconds remaining, Surely LaCinco12 are set to get the game winner, but those misses are gonna hurt them and haunt them as well if they don't make it count. Once again, the ball's going into the other end. Open net, and that ball's not gonna bounce off the backboard this time. Devin definitely gets it in. Game winner possibly right there. Everyone committed to that ball from the blue team. And the Seattle boys once again get caught off guard. LaCinco12 up 2-1 with 14 seconds to go. With 10 seconds remaining, Blind brings it up. Can he get the equalizer? He has to bail out. Knocked, taking over to the middle. To Christmas, who gets bumped. What's out? Oh my goodness! I thought he was gonna get a touch, but he lets it go. Blind, unfortunately for him, had the goal at his mercy. But the ball bounces in front of the net. And LaCinco12 win game 3 and are now on match point. All right, bear with me for a second. I need to reset the lobby because the game mode didn't come in on time. So we are going to be back very, very soon. Just bear with me for a sec right here. Devin in chat saying, if you're Sounders RC, that's demoralizing. Yeah, it is unfortunate, isn't it? So waiting on both teams to join, and we are finally ready to go. And we are going to be kicking off with our game mode right here. Here we go. Match point for LaCinco12 in the cup. Will they be getting their second sweep back to back? Or will Sounders RC finally get a win and get themselves going in this cup match? And as you can see right there, we are playing Rumble in this game 4. Try as they might, they tried to keep it out, but Rudsau uses the plunger to drag the ball back in, and LaCinco12 get the lead with only 16 seconds played out. Once again, LaCinco12 just take charge almost instantly. No matter what, they try to get something going, they just take over. Big boot right there, making sure that Sounders RC don't follow up. Oh, and that boost might have been timed perfectly for LaCinco12 from the Sounders RC side. Just allowed Rudsau to get to the ball, get enough power. Knocked, couldn't drag it out with his plunger. And LaCinco12 are up 2-0. See if they can get a goal back right here. So far for them, they've just really struggled to take over and take control. They've had good moments once again, but try as they might, they're just not able to take control of the whole match. Alice over one towards the net. Noct is able to clear out. Looks like everyone's used their power-ups for now. And they're just waiting to see what the next set of powers will be for both teams. Big boot, open shot right there, but Christmas is just not able to get it in. Blind trying to go for the double. Palace, oh, that's an unfortunate spike right there. He basically got the ball stuck underneath him and he was not able to take control. And now, Devin takes over. The switch, though. Make sure that he doesn't get the time to redirect the ball, into the net. And Palace comes in with the boom power-up. Doesn't get the card, but gets the ball and pinches it off of Christmas, extending LaCinco12's lead to 3 in this game. 3-0 in this game and 3-0 in this match as well. Remember, LaCinco12 are on match point. And just as a reminder, chat, before this, both these teams did play a league match. That was a Week 6 league matchup that they had to make up. They played it out before this cup match, and LaCinco12 swept Sounders RC in that match. And they might get the chance yet again right here, because no matter what Sounders RC try, they're just not able to get the ball into the back of the net. It just looks like they're not going to be able to get anything going for them. Noct, though, gets the boom power up right on time, and he blasts that ball into the back of the net. Perfect freeze right there. Getting Palace caught off guard. Nocturnal with a powerful 102 mile per hour, 164 kilometer per hour shot, courtesy of AlanSpangenZonely.com radar. God, we love you. We miss you, Alan. Hopefully you'll be back to commentate for SGL once again. Sounders RC back into this, but they're still down by 2 goals. Unfortunately for them, they do have a lot of time on their side, but they got to make this work. Ooh, Blind just not getting the timing on that magnet power up. Now it's missing with the spikes. Blind did redirect the Sid. Oh no, my! How? Noct gets it in finally, though. After all of that trouble, Sounders RC get another goal. They're now down 3-2. But what an insane amount of bad luck. First, Blind trying to boom it into that, but the magnet power-up turns on, which means the ball doesn't go far. Then Christmas gets the spike power-up, and because he was rolling to the side, he rolled the ball away from the net. Fortunately for both of them, Noct was there just to get a straightforward shot into the back of the net. With 1 minute 45 seconds to go, Sounders RC can still get back in on this, and they're using all they can to force the ball into the other end. Runs out spikes to no avail, with the boot and the boxing glove coming up to make sure that both power-ups force the ball to the other end. LaCinco12 do well enough to see this off. Ball's into blue half now. Blind booming it up. Oh, the plunger almost came to good use right there. Christmas almost brought it into the net, but there's just too much pace on that ball and it overshot the goal, unfortunately for them. With 1 minute remaining in Utopia Coliseum, might we get another sweep from LaCinco12? Or will Sounders RC get the equalizer? And they do! Courtesy of Noct! Palace with the tornado, just not able to take control. And Noct gets the boxing glove out, punches the ball into the net. And with less than 1 minute to go, LaCinco12 concede a 3-goal lead. They were 3-0 up, and now this game is tied at 3-all. We should be seeing the power-ups coming very soon. Frozen ball, plunger making that frozen ball ineffective. Net's open though, but the switch came in at a perfect time. But to Sounders RC, They tried all they could, but Devin was still there to follow it up, and he gets the lead yet again. It feels like every single time Sounders RC get back into this game, they just cannot maintain their position for long. And once again, it happens right here. Open net, they're trying to get back. Nice switch on run south, but Devin's right there to put it into the back of the net. And now, LaCinco12 are up 4-3 with less than 30 seconds to go. Oh, nice box right here by Clippers. And he drops it in yet again. Those spikes timed perfectly. So even if there was a tornado, and even if he had that boost power up going against him, he was still able to bring it into the back of the net. Perfect timing for that equalizer because there are only 14 seconds remaining in this game 4. Ball going across into the orange half. Can LaCinco12 get a 5 seconds left on the clock. And LaCinco12 get the lead. Hold up, bro. Hold up. I know you're saying the fat lady is singing, but it's still a 1-goal lead. All they need is a good kickoff, but Sounders RC cannot make it work. And with 1 second left, the ball touches the ground. They tried and tried and tried. They took us to overtime in the league. They brought it down to 1 goal in both the league and the cup. No matter what they tried, they were not able to get a single game won. Chat. LaCinco12 sweep Sounders RC in back-to-back matches. Damn, man, what a shame. What an absolute shame. And I'm saying this because this Sounders RC team is better than they show, but despite getting a second chance in the cup, they still get swept. And with that loss, chat, Sounders RC bow out of the SGL Cup. They're knocked out. They're the first team to get knocked out in both the Prem and the Champ Cups. LaCinco12, though, advance into the lower quarterfinal, and they will face off against EM Dallas Burn in about 3 weeks. Bear with me, chat. I'm just trying to make sure that everything gets updated and set up. Just trying to make sure all the results are recorded. So if I'm quiet, that's why. With that said, we will be having an interview very shortly. I think it'll just be LaCinco12 interviewing tonight. Okay, let's take a second to breathe and let's talk about that Rumble game. It was an interesting choice. It worked out for them pretty well, but once again, a common theme reemerged. Sounders RC, when they push up and they commit, they just leave the net way too open. And if they're sitting back and trying to make sure they protect the net, they leave too much space and time. And anytime they try and get a touch on the ball, anytime they clear it, they play it right to the opposition. And they start to get free shots in. Just unfortunate, because they're capable of so much better. And meanwhile, whilst all the action was occurring, Skylight, don't think I missed out on those 2 100-bit donations. Thank you so much for your generosity, bro. Much love and much appreciated. For real. Thank you so much. Oh God, Skyline, I read your message right there. Sounders got beat harder than Rihanna by Chris Brown. Yeah, I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? They got slapped around, that's for sure. Right on, good to see you in chat, bro. I don't know how much of the action you caught. Chat, we are ready for our interview. So your guests did as to who's going to be coming in right now. It shouldn't be a surprise once you get to see the name. Of course, the interview is coming from LaCinco12. So, welcome on in, LaCinco12's Palace. Good to have you in here, bro. That was an interesting couple of matches because you guys swept both of them. And it was not like it was a convincing sweep either, because you guys did have a few tough matches. So how'd you see off Sounders RC despite their best attempts?
I think it was really well, first off, how's it going, SGL? I forgot to introduce myself. Anyways, hope y'all are having a great night. Second off, to answer the question, I think it was tightening up the rotations because it's something that I have dubbed the Blind Boom. Blind has this talent where it does not matter where he is on the field. If he senses an open net, the ball will be in your net. And that happened to us twice in, I believe it was game 2 or game 3 in one of the series, in the first series. He scored 2 of those on us, and I believe he scored another one at a different point in the series. He has this talent for that. So I was like, okay, guys, we need to like. Well, I said we all said this. We were all like, okay. It was just us getting caught looking for boost and rotating into weird places. That opens up the window for the Blind Boom, and he boomed us a couple times. Pause.
Well, at least you guys were able to recognize that and adjust accordingly. Because, yeah, he was punishing you guys in that league match. But despite that adjustment, they still pushed you all the way in the cup. Game 1 was getting kind of close, but you guys ran away with it at the end. Except towards the very end when they came back with 2 goals.
Yeah, I was low-key. I was kind of shitting at that point. I was like, oh, no. I was like, please. Please put the ball down.
So I'm curious about that. Like, what is it about LaCinco12 that had you guys conceding, these kind of goals towards the end?
Yeah, it's a great question. I do not know. I also don't remember what happened because I think one of them was I passed the ball straight to one of them, and then I think it was genuinely just us getting distracted. Because whenever I think we were up by 3 or something, I start talking about something completely different. And then 2 seconds later, I'm passing the ball straight to one of them in the midfield and they're scoring. And so it was when I started to, it was genuinely when my brain started to drift away from the task at hand was when I would do something stupid and that would result in a goal. So it was just concentration.
Fair. With that said, I mean, you guys have talked about this previously where you talk about your voice comms being mostly just conversations and good vibes. In this case, though, it didn't really work out for you. So what is it that distracts you when you try to go into that zone?
My brain thinking about anything else. I was thinking about Maz sends me a DM for context, y'all. In the middle of the game, he says, "You and Brian are chatting it up in the midfield, in the music chat, because I was complimenting Brian's music and taste in music, because he's put me onto some good stuff." And so I was thinking about how Brian was talking about he listens to like Tuareg, like Algerian, like Amazique music. like folk music, and it got me thinking about like that kind of stuff. And so it was genuinely like my brain was just completely off in a different space. So, yeah, I think it can literally be anything. That's why when I play this game, I really have to like be locked in, because otherwise stuff like that will happen, and then I'll just go on autopilot.
No, that's fair. I mean, we kind of saw that happen in that Rumble game. Because you guys were 3-0 up, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, they're coming back. What the heck?
To be fair, Rumble is Rumble. I think 2 of those goals were spike goals from Christmas. One of them was, I believe it was a freeze right in front of our net. They used their stuff really, really well to put us in an awkward spot and then just finish it off. So in fairness to them, they did use what's it called? They utilized their power ups well. So it wasn't just like us drifting off. I wouldn't say that.
Hey, there you go. Hey, no matter what, at least you guys did get 2 victories right here and 2 sweeps as well. Does this come as a surprise to you that you'd be sweeping the Sounders RC team not once but twice?
Yes. I thought this was going to go a little bit longer. I was prepared for at least one of those series to go to the distance. I think I was ready for the league series to go the distance, and then the cup one I wasn't sure what was going to happen, just because with the wrench of extra modes thrown in, you never know what's going to happen. Like, I know they've got a couple Blizzard Wizards on their team. Obviously, Blian was wearing the title in game. I have a title. I believe Nock does as well, and so that game really could have gone either way. And so, yeah, I think I was expecting the cup game to be closer, just because, like, I just didn't know what to expect on the extra modes.
Yeah, fair. But hey, you guys saw them off. No matter how close it got in those games, at least you guys still went through. And you're going to be facing off in the lower quarterfinal against EM Dallas Spurt. How much are you looking forward to that? And just as a disclaimer, that match is going to be happening in about 3 weeks' time anyways. But still, how much are you looking forward to that matchup?
I'm looking forward to it. I always like playing against the EM teams, just because I play with all of them so much that I know it's going to be fun no matter what, whether it's a win or whether it's a loss. I know that I'm going to have a good time against them regardless of what's happening on the field. So I'm excited to play them.
And speaking of upcoming matches, next week in the league, you guys will be facing off against KC Cauldron. I mean, that's a big match in and of itself, right? Because you guys are now at 18 points. You're in the title hunt. That's a big match, no?
It is. And for those of you who watched our Cup series, the KC Cauldron is the reason that we're in the lower bracket. But we felt that we could win. We did come up against their strongest 3. And we kind of got thrashed around. But it wasn't as bad as the series score would indicate. It was a 4-1. But it wasn't as bad as the series score would indicate. That's why I was very quick. I jumped the gun a little bit, if I'm going to be honest, when I set up the match thread for the next week, because I thought we were playing them in the league. It turns out this match was in the way of that, and I just didn't read the schedule right. So let's just say I've been looking forward to this one, because I want to get my lick back. And I think that all of us on LaCinco12 feel the same way.
Oh, yeah. Now, we're getting in towards the midway point of the season. You guys are now at 18 points, 4 points behind Timber's Army. You guys are right there. So, do you guys think you have a chance of winning the league, or would you rather try and finish in one of the higher positions?
I think on our day we can beat anybody. It's just a matter of how consistent we stay.
I agree. I mean, you guys have really good rotations. We saw it yet again here. The only thing is you guys just don't convert your chances consistently enough. Do you have the same assessment for your team, or do you think there's something else going on as well?
No, I think that's pretty fair.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to add.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Let's wrap it up because it is close to midnight here. We've had a long stream already, so I will let you have the floor, Palace. Congrats on the sweep. 2 sweeps, by the way. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you. First off, shout out to my team, Rune Sao. I think, I can't really harp on this enough. How that addition has changed this team, and it's changed the way that I play as well. Shout out to Devin. I know his confidence is going up as well, which is really good. I love to see that. Shout out to Hophead. I know that he's been busy recently, but I still want to shout him out. Shout out to obviously good game to Sounders RC. Shout out Brian for always. I know I mentioned this earlier. I was talking about his taste in music. Shout out to him for putting me on to good stuff. And yeah, shout out to the other two. Much respect to them as well. I'm trying to think. I would like to say it's a toe death. If that performance in the fucking first series does not get me into the top 10 of the week, then I don't know what will. Because, okay, a 1-2-4, a playmaker, and then 4 goals. To be fair, that 4th goal does not count. I'm sorry. That does not count because that was an own goal at 0 seconds and we were already 4-1 up. But that's not the point. If I'm not in the top 10 of the week, then I don't know what the hell is going to get me there. Because I felt that was a very... I want to see the stats run down. So put me up against all of them. I know, sorry that we took a week longer to complete this series, but if you could run that back and you could add us in there, that would be much appreciated. We love you for everything that you do, Toad. Thank you for putting up the stats. Thank you to Maz for running the stream. Thank you to all of you for watching. Thank you to everybody for commentating. I know Richter was in here earlier, so shout out to him. Everybody go send him some love, some respect in the chat. And yeah, I think that's really all I got to say. Thank y'all.
Thank you as well, Palace. Yeah, appreciate your time in this interview. I'm gonna let you go now. Take care. We'll catch you next time, bro. Have a good night.
Thank you. You as well.